Okay, well, this is the last ranking for a while because, well, I'm taking a little break from rankings, and I'm going to be listening to all this new albums that I know about, and bring you a metal update video on the greatest new albums to listen to while in quarantine. Well, today, as you know, is Avenged Sevenfold. I've been putting this one off for a long time. And well, let's get into it, shall we? Number 7. They have 7 studio albums. This one's my least favorite of their 7 studio albums. The Stage. Um, it's just sometimes boring. The latter half of the album is boring. I know I know songs like Angel Simulation and Higher are good, but then just the other ones and the 11th track Exist is so boring for that. They should have never done a length of 15 minutes for a song on this album. This band is, well, as you would know, a big use of filler tracks. Um, Goddamn and Sunny Disposition, great stuff. The Stage, amazing. Paradigm's a little bit on the boring side. Creating God is okay. It's just an okay release for 2016. It's not as good as some of their other stuff. Next at number 6, a lot of new fans like the album Nightmare. I don't really. I know it's the last one the Rev was on, that gives it a whole nother personality for this album. But there's some stuff like God Hates Us and Tonight the World Dies and stuff that's just not that as good as some of the other stuff they've done in their career. Um, it's just there's better albums in this. And this band originally started out as a metalcore band back in the they created 2 metalcore albums and then went to a heavy metal style in 2005, which at number 5, let's see, I can maybe get this on. Didn't sign in. Oh well. Um, Number 5 is Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. The One Take Legend came from this album. The Rev's One Take is legendary in the community of Avenged Sevenfold fans. As you would know, he did this album in one take. It's actually pretty good. The screaming is not as good as you would want it to be. Not as like Killswitch Engage or Hatebreed or Warren Ashore's new one. That's okay. It's actually pretty damn good. Um, it's it's just a product of its time almost. It's got the small band feel, which is amazing. I've somewhat talked about what the small band feel is. Small band feel is where a small band gets money together and creates a record that's low production quality and has some killer guitar riffs on it, and it just mostly boosts it up to the top of underground fans. And then if a band ever becomes famous, those albums are cast out, which that happened to Pantera. There's some good stuff on their prior releases. Um, that's what happened to Seventh Trumpet. It's just an album that nobody really listens to, but I listened to it and it was absolutely amazing because I'm into that stuff, the small band feel type albums. Let's move on. Number 4 is Hail to the King, their 2013 release. Hail to the King is awesome song. Shepherd of Fire is awesome. Heretic is awesome. This Means War, Planets. That Planets song is not really that good, but it's okay. It's the first one without the rev. They had a good album here, and if they continued it on in 2016, it would have been a much better album. But they did something else, which didn't really work with with what their style was and what the fan base wanted. So yeah, that's why Hail to the King is here. It's just a brutal album. It kind of gives that more of a Sevenfold aggression style than the previous albums. And let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is their self-titled 2007 album, the one with Afterlife and Little Piece of Heaven and Almost Easy, Gunslinger, Scream, all great songs. Critical Acclaim starts the album awesome off. The album is like once you hear that Scream intro into the album, you know what the whole rest of the album's gonna be like. But then it slows it down and into stuff like Almost Easy and Afterlife. It kind of has slow parts and then hits you with a hard, aggressive hit again. They do this album completely right, and how the first song is supposed to show you what the rest of the songs are about, but not spoil it for everything. This album is perfectly executed and is one of the most perfect albums I've listened to, besides the previous or the higher up ones, but you already probably know what those ones are. So yeah, number 3, self-titled Avenged Sevenfold album. Great heavy metal album. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is their second metalcore album, Waking the Fallen. I'm a big fan of the screaming vocals. Unholy Confessions, Chapter 4, 2 good songs in this album. Second Heartbeat, Eternal Rest, a lot of good stuff in this album. You can't tell I'm losing my voice for some reason. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm going to attempt to do the videos with the voice that's going, but yep. Remissions, Desecrate their Reverence. Great album. It's their one of their my favorite Avenged Sevenfold albums. It doesn't sound like nothing like their old stuff, but it still has that really gothic tone to it. Or no, not gothic, but this is when they were writing about emo stuff. But it kind of blends with the whole. This is like a perfect hardcore album. Perfect. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It has amazing riffs. It has amazing guitar work on it. And M. Shadow's voice sounds amazing on here. Next one, or you probably know what number 1 is. City of Evil, of course. Beast and the Harlot, Burn It Down, Blinded in Chains. Bat Country is not as good as I want it to be. Trash and Scattered. Seize the Day gives a good whole aspect to it. Sidewinder, The Wicked End, Strength of the World. That song is amazing, Strength of the World. It kind of gives off a Western theme in the beginning. And then just full powers through the song. It's amazing. Betrayed and MIA. This is like their first like acoustic metal ballad type song. And it's amazing. That style that they did with that, it translated into the Nightmare album with Buried Alive. This album is just perfect. Just City of Evil is the best Avenged Sevenfold album ever. Just because it was their breakthrough release. It was breakthrough. It broke through the genre. It launched them to the heights that they were, or still are. If they release an album this year, it will get listened to just like these other albums. I guarantee it. You got the elitists that absolutely hate this band, and you have the new fans that just flock to this band when they release. These guys have actually came up with the best formula I've ever seen for a metal band. I haven't seen a better formula be executed. Started out as a hardcore, go to sell out to the hardcore scene, and go into metal music, do the metal music, but keep the tunings. And did I mention, these songs are hard as hell to play on guitar. The solos, you have to hit them perfectly or they pluck. Drop D is one of the biggest pain in the ass tunings ever for guitar, and these guys execute it with flawless precision live. This isn't bad shit, guys. This is like, they're professionals at this. They didn't sell out. They sold out to their own scene that they had, and then they went to the actual big heavy metal scene to get fans there. They already had fans that started hating them because they went from the Waking the Fallen album to City of Evil. It was just genius. It's like what Metallica did with their releases. 2 albums at the beginning, wait a year, do another album. So they had so much material up to that point. It's genius, guys. It's genius. This band, the guys in this band are geniuses on how they did their releases in the beginning. And then they could wait 4 years in between to do another album, and people will still listen to them because they'll be memorable. They'll be memorable from releasing Sounding of the Seventh Trumpet, Waking the Fallen, and City of Evil, all in order in the years. No, wait, it went 2002, 2004, 2005. Like 2004, 2005. So the people who've seen him in 2004 for that album is wondering, this Waking the Fallen album's amazing. So then 2005 rolls around, another album comes out. It's like, they got 2 albums for the material for this band, so they're not going to be forgotten anytime soon. And then they got the stuff from before, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, so they can't be forgotten in the scene at all. It's genius. That's it for the rant on this. I just like how these guys did their releasing. I thought it was genius. Oh my god, this band is like... So yeah, that's the end of the rankings for a little while. Maybe a week. Give me a week to listen to the albums and upload for the best albums up to this point. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. This was the Avenged Sevenfold ranking number 18, I'm pretty sure. If I got anything wrong, correct me in the comment section. I actually want you guys to correct me in the comment section for things I get wrong in the video, so I don't look like a complete idiot. Okay, 13 minutes. I'm gonna end it.